All right, y'all, let's try this again. Now, I know I ain't feeling good, but I must be really sick. I done did a whole 10-minute video and ain't nothing recorded. I went to Facebook. Y'all can go over there and look at my Facebook Live from this morning. I am not feeling well. I am not going to get up, put on earring makeup, and comb no hair. To come on here and y'all see something it ain't. You can hear the way I'm talking. I'm just not feeling well. But I ain't never want the people who follow me and care enough to send me a message that I don't respond to. I want to do that, and a lot of people overwhelmingly have written about the Karmelo Anthony. Y'all, I've been working out. I've been working 13, 14 hours. When I come to conferences, I don't come to lay down or do this, that, or the other. But when my body tells me to stop, I stop. I did nothing today but went down and got that bagel, that coffee to open me up, talk to you all. Went back down, got some food warmed up, was only able to eat 1 or 2 bites. But that's okay. It's all right. I know I got to be able to make this long drive tomorrow. So, here we go. Karmelo Anthony, just a little small backstory. I won't get into all that. He is the young man in Texas that unalived another young man by way of a knife. I think his last name is Metcalf. Karmelo Anthony, which it don't matter either way to me. He's African American. Metcalf is Caucasian. See, this is the thing that people don't understand. They get it mixed up. If you protecting yourself and that's true danger, okay. But if you just put up, I'm protecting myself, and that was no true damage, it's called M1. And we all know what M1 is. And a lot of people do not like for me to say unalive. They don't like for me to say not with us or anything. See, this is the thing. We over here in these social media streets. Right now, this is YouTube. I don't really upload to Facebook. But when you over here in they side of the world, you got to say what they want you to say. You're going to be censored, or they'll take your whole video. I don't come to no social media page to make money. I make my own money. I come out here to give my perspective on things. And I met so many great people. So I know I don't like to say unalive, but I'm not going to put nothing else in the caption because you ain't never going to see the video. And even covering the Diddy trial, it takes them sometimes 24 hours to approve a video that I put out, because they're censoring a lot of stuff. Enough about that. I'm done with that. So if you wonder why I word things one way, that's how I'm going to do them. I understand y'all mad and a lot of folk mad and all this other stuff. I'm not. I'm not racist. I love everybody because God is love. Now, I am going to say I'm praying for both families. Because, baby, we got a dying soul. You got to pray for their soul. You do. And if you don't want to hear none of this, bye. Karmelo Anthony family have raised almost $1 million. And they asking for another 1.4 million. And now, allegedly, supposedly, they're asking for a public defender. Everybody's spending their money the way they want. But I'm going to tell you one thing. A lot of y'all out here spending money and they ain't even got to spend. You just don't. People rather spend money for this than to go help them old folks that worked all their life. And they give them $700 a month. They just do. But again, you put your money where you want to put your money. But you ain't even got a decent place to stay. You ain't got a decent roof on your head. But you sending all these folk money when you have a choice. We all have choices. We have choices. And I pray to God every day I make the right choice. See, one thing, I'm so happy when it comes to me and my God, that he the only source I depend on. I don't depend on nobody else. People switch up on you. And I just don't understand how it takes almost $2 million to fund a case. It doesn't. Some people mad, but they're out there in Texas. They ain't got to ask for the death penalty. They can give him 40 years and his life gone. When he get out, he's 58. You got to think before you write. Now, do I think it was justified that he did? No, I never have. But y'all say y'all surprised because they got him on murder 1. Why? What did you think? Did you not think the grand jury was going to come back with that? I don't get it. Everybody's surprised. Why are you surprised? Allegedly, he wasn't in his proper place. If you in your proper place and you taking care of your business, who should bother you? See, I'm not going to be dying here. Here, at every conference I go to, we got tags. We know where we're going to be sitting. I'm not going to go over here, for instance, to Miss Mike Carter space and tell her I ain't getting up. I'm out of order all day long. See, one thing about it is I'm going to do accountability for me. You can't do that. You cannot piss on somebody and tell them it's raining. And then you're going to pull out, if, this is my thing. I want y'all to think about this. If I do something and I'm defending the dog, I ain't running nowhere. I'm going to stand right there. Ain't going nowhere. And 9 times out of 10, I'm taping it anyway. I try not to, where it's trouble, I stay away. If I know trouble that way, or it looks like trouble that way, I stay away. Let me tell you something. The other night, it was a busy night. I told y'all when you go to the other big state, everything down the street. Everything is not down the street. I have never at night walked on this road. I was trying to get back to my hotel. And they closed down this place. A lot of food places. They said it was going to be open, but they closed it down. I started to go up there, but they said they had locked it down. Because my hotel was right up like 4 stairs. So I had to go on the street. But let me tell you how God is. I was turned around and I was talking to my mama. And I could tell she started asking questions, where you at? What all that noise? I could tell she was getting a little afraid. Didn't want my mama to be afraid. So I said, Mama, let me put on my GPS, get back to the hotel, and I'll call you. She said, call me right back. I'm going to be standing by the phone. Out of nowhere, a Caucasian young girl appeared. Maybe 19 or 20. She said, hey. I said, hey. She said, it's really sketchy out here. I said, very sketchy. And I didn't have my piece. I didn't. Because I was just going down the stairs and coming back. Okay? That girl, because she said she was getting her steps in, and she wasn't that far from her hotel. She said, but I didn't realize it was so sketchy. I usually go early in the morning and do my exercise. So she said, come on, let's go up here. I think it's up here. She walked me back to the hotel. When I looked back to thank her, wasn't nobody there. And when I tell you, it was very sketchy area. So when I was coming back in, I saw some of the people. They was like, dog, why are you walking the street? I said, child, they closed. And they said, I was in there when they closed the whole thing down. And so when I got back in, one of the students, she was looking for me. She said, I've been trying to call you. I said, child, I've been trying to get in here. So I remember. I called my mom. I said, Mama, she said, did you make it back? I said, yes. She said, Lord. because I knew she was afraid. My mama had got afraid, so I wasn't going to alarm her like that. But was I afraid? Yes, I was. However, God had it. He had it. The only thing, he sent somebody out the blue to help me. Out of the blue. That's the reason why I'm so glad for my father. My father was a military man, retired. We was around every nationality. And my father taught us to treat everybody with respect, especially those who respect us. I don't hold ill will with people. I cannot sit on here and tell y'all Karmelo Anthony, I feel, was right and justified if I don't feel it in my heart. Now, this is the thing. I don't worry about folk unfollowing. It doesn't matter. But I'm never going to get on here for likes, clicks, or nothing. And your popular opinion is that should have happened to that Caucasian young man, the Metcalf. See, what y'all don't realize is his family going through hell. They're going through hell. Somebody flip it and say, well, Karmelo family going through hell. Karmelo could have prevented this by just being in the right place. And why do you have a knife anyway? See, y'all don't want to answer the tough questions. You don't. You want everybody to get on the bandwagon because you don't know. I'm on nobody's bandwagon but mine. These are my opinions. It ain't. When I do a post, especially over here, Tia does not come in. So that's why I tell y'all, if you got a problem, send it to me. It's my channel. I run it. When I give you my opinion, that's my opinion. I'm not going to say she don't think the same way, but it's me. That's why I get on here and show y'all my face when I'm doing the upload. Y'all know he was wrong just the way I do. I'm not going to let hate overtake me where I can't see right from wrong. I'm not. I told y'all that story. That girl could have went right on. Because I am African American. She Caucasian. She didn't have to help me. And I could have been out there. God knows what could have happened to me. And y'all may have never saw me again. I think about stuff like that. Because you never know. I'm never going to spew hatred out here. Because hatred is not of God. And I'm trying to walk like him. I'm not perfect. But when I know something is not right, it's wrong. I'm sorry. If he hadn't done what he did, you wouldn't need a big security team. You wouldn't need to go in a gated community. Your daughter wouldn't be crying to stay in her bed. Sometimes we bring shit on ourselves and we have to lie in our mess. I'll see y'all on the next video. If you like my commentary, subscribe. If you don't, fine. God loves you and so do I. Goodbye.